This is a telemedicine case that illustrates when a remote care case needs to actually come into the hospital. And right off the bat, you're going to see a little bit of a history, and then you'll also see there's an auto text that's generated on this platform. I use Medici. There's an auto text that's generated when I turn it off so that owners aren't out in a lurch. They know that I'm not going to be there. So as we hit play on this, this is the owner's history, and I'm just going to hit pause for a second. All the stuff that's scratched out is just owner information, just to preserve everyone's identity. So they say the dog has been limping. Now, and this is so at 1:27 p.m. they send that message. When I got this message, it was the kid's first day of school, so I had taken the day off, was helping with all that stuff, and so the app instantaneously sends a message that just says I'm currently away, and that's really important so that when we're doing telemedicine, I don't have to keep it on all the time. So then we're going to see the video of the dog limping, and you can tell already as far as that left front is in a proper position. So the dog's in good body condition. I don't observe any other limp. Owners are interested when they take videos. They typically move with the dog, or it would be it's difficult for the owner to get the dog to move without them moving. So sometimes what I will say to owners is if you can stand still and have somebody help you, have the dog walk towards you while you're stationary, that is a big help if we have a more subtle limp. This limp is pretty obvious. And so the video goes on. And so then I text back to her, I'm sorry that she's limping, I'll take a look. And then what I like to do is I like to reiterate what I'm seeing in the video and make sure that that resonates with what the owner is seeing in person. Now here's another unique characteristic of the app that I use, the Medici app, is I can send a message to my staff. And so this is only visible to colleagues. Now you can incorporate up to 8 different professionals. So if you wanted to talk to another veterinarian, a specialist, a dermatologist, a radiologist that's on the same platform, you could do that. I have my technicians and assistants and nurses on here as well as with my receptionist so that they can take action and do all the hard work of telemedicine. So I asked them, can they schedule an x-ray? So then they tell me, ugh, our x-ray machine is broken at the one clinic, so we're going to have to schedule another clinic. But again, the owner can't see this, and it's very, very valuable as we're going through because I'm working remotely. So here we see it again. I send an emoji just to my clients as far as, oh my gosh, oh yeah. I said, okay, can you take this at another clinic? Now, this is the owner. She says, okay, should I call to get her to take in? And owners will commonly respond that way. Should I call? No, we can do everything through the app. So then I say to the owner, just explain the situation. We're going to have to use a different clinic. Okay? And they'll get a message. So, but I say, in the meantime, let's start this dog on pain medication. And you could absolutely start this dog on pain medication without the video. But man, you get a lot more information. And this is a case that by seeing that video, there isn't a veterinarian that's been out in practice more than one day that would say, oh, we got to take an x-ray of that leg. That's not a minor lameness. That's a very, very obvious lameness in a dog that has had some trauma as far as wrestling with another dog. It needs an x-ray. This is not something that we can manage just remotely, but the dog can get some pain relief in the meantime. So then I call in a prescription to the clinic. This is only visible to my colleagues. Can you fill this prescription for the dog? Then the owner says back and she says, oh, my daughter can get it. Great. And then the office then messages her and they state their name. So this is one of the assistants that we have at the reception team. Owner says thanks. And then this is typically how we do it if we need to see the owner in person. We say, I tell them I'm going to push the telemedicine exam charge, but then they won't have to pay an additional fee. And this is very, very beneficial because now I can have that dog x-rayed without having to fill up a slot for another physical exam. I can have my nurses and my technicians and assistants take a radiograph of the dog, and what she'll do is she'll put the x-rays up here on Medici, and then we can review those together. So it's a huge time savings as far as to be able to correspond with the owner, but that's how we do as far as fees, so the owner doesn't get charged for 2 physical exams. So we close it. Then you can see, I'll just rewind just a little bit here. That consult summary is what gets put into the medical record, and then we're done.